It's coffee. It's comics. It's music. It's Nerds on Coffee.
Are you recording?
Always.
Always, wow. Welcome back.
Always.
I'm back from the dead.
Oh, shit. I forgot I have a conference call
What time?
right now.
No way.
For lights for the tour.
Ooh, I think you should push it.
I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think you just call him later. I have a hero team call and
Be like, hey, here's what,
I have a hero team call at 2:30 that I just said I'm not going to make.
yeah, I'm just going to be like, I don't know anything about lights. Guess what?
I love it.
Story checks out. I don't know anything about lights. No, I think they wanted to run them through like Ableton or something for the show. And like
That doesn't make any sense.
And I'm just like,
I mean, I understand the theology, but it still doesn't make sense.
yeah, I mean, I don't enjoy doing that. But it's whatever. Anyway.
Do we have like the Fall Out Boy lookalikes here?
What? Yeah.
That's you guys. Yeah, I like that. We have Secret Social Club just chilling here, hanging in the studio. What do you think about that, Kyle?
I think it's great. I always like couch sitters.
Yeah, couch
That's what I
sitters
call
are great.
them.
Couch sitters. Well, it was great when Danny did it.
Yeah, she was really funny. She interacted with us.
I told them
like,
to interact.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
So Secret Social Club is a band, plays the Viper Room. Where else have you guys played? Vegas. About to play in Florida, right?
Vegas.
They're doing really cool shit where it's going to be music and comic books. If it sounds familiar, it's because that's what Hero does.
Yeah.
And we're looking to sign them, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And Wade also is running our digital ad buys for the podcast, so we want him to sit in and kind of...
Dare I say our marketing executive?
Yes. Yeah, you can say marketing executive.
For sure.
Maybe not after he listens to this podcast.
Yeah. He's going to be like, this is actually a reverse interview process for me to vet you guys. I'm not okay with this content. It's fucking bullshit.
Actually, I'm working on a comic book right now with someone. I'm going to leave names out. People that know will know. But when the guy decided to take the gig and work with us on it, and when I realized what we were able to pay him and that he agreed to it, I looked at Pete and I was like, Pete, you understand he's doing this to interview how we are creatively, not because he needs to do this.
Exactly.
He wanted to
He wants to make sure you're not total pieces of shit.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's a bigger project later on that he wants to put us in on. And this was just his way of being like, well, I'll do this for this small pay, but this is really more for me to see if you actually know how to write.
Yeah, he went back to his manager and was like, if these motherfuckers do a good job, we'll use them in the future for some more shit.
Exactly.
Like, that's what that is.
Exactly, 100%.
He's just testing the water right now.
For sure. So tonight I didn't go coffee because I've been sick.
Yeah.
So I went with some green juice.
Green juice.
Tender greens.
Yeah.
It's fucking delicious.
LA spot. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's any. We were talking about that on lunch. Like Wade lives down in Anaheim, and we don't know if they're that far south. But,
Tender greens.
Yeah, Tender greens.
I think they're just metropolis type places because they're all over New York. They're in Chicago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's not like a California chain.
No.
Gotcha.
They're, I think they're just in New York.
Like proper.
Yeah. I
New
think
York City.
I think they're just in metropolitan cities.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Irvine.
Wow. Amazing Lights is in Irvine, the company that does the light gloves for rave parties.
Oh, cool.
My buddy Brian owns it, and they actually, quote unquote, won Shark Tank like 4 years ago. That's how they started.
You don't win Shark Tank; you just get a deal.
Well, but I mean, to me, that's winning. Like losers are the one.
Well,
I saw
yeah.
this one dude who.
That's true.
I was watching an episode the other
You
day.
could definitely lose Shark Tank.
Dude, so so this guy was making like custom wood, oversized like kitchen utensils, like
Right.
for decor and for outdoor or whatever.
Yeah.
He had like $200,000 in sales, so it wasn't like completely baby, but still not big.
Right.
He was asking for $400,000 at 25%.
Though they probably reamed him. Reamed
him. Yeah, horrible. But the best part was that this guy was such a pussy. He must have like the balls the size of like fucking, I don't even know, what are those like metal things that go back and forth? Boom, 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 boom. You know?
Oh, pendulum.
On the pendulum, yeah, fucking tiny balls.
I was like, why would you use that as a
tiny
reference?
Balls.
Like, oh yeah, I was like, those are pretty close to the biological size of a male testicle as is, and so it's like, I thought you were trying to say they had big balls,
No,
and I was like,
really small balls. because by the end of the negotiation, he had gone from offering $400,000 for 25% to $400,000 for 51%.
Oh yeah, people do that because you can't change how much money you're asking for when you go in there,
Exactly.
but you can change the value.
Exactly.
And
So
so
I thought it was fucking hilarious. I was like, this guy's such a bitch.
That's
I
amazing.
would never offer that much of my company to anyone for any amount of money.
51%.
Yeah.
Would you offer 51% a hero to someone for an amount of money? I mean, I know you just said you wouldn't, but like, is there amount of money on the table? Like,
100 mil.
okay,
I'd consider it.
You would consider it for $100 million?
Because at 51%, they could just like give me the money and then like kick me out of the company.
Yeah, so no matter how far into the ground they would hypothetically run it, it doesn't matter to you anymore because you have enough money to live on for.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say 49%. I would do a lot. You know?
Yeah.
But
Would you give away 49% for $10 million?
Yeah, done.
Yeah,
Done.
because you're still controlling it. at
Yeah,
that point.
exactly.
Dude, I was eating lunch yesterday, with my friend Pat, and we went to this Vietnamese restaurant in downtown Burbank called Mama Hong's, and we sat next to the most annoying fucking two people. It was like this guy they were at like this like professional, like you could tell that they worked together, like this guy and this girl, like you could tell they work for the same company because they were like, oh, we should make this like a monthly like kind of lunch work meeting where we get off campus or whatever. And so they were kind of talking about it. It's pretty obvious that this guy thought he knew like everything about like any topic, and he was trying to like impose his like intelligence onto this girl because he was trying to fuck her. And so he was like, well, look how smart I'm being because like I know a little about everything. He was also one of the dudes that like he had eaten at that restaurant a lot and she had never been there, and so he kind of through his experience of just dining at that restaurant kind of tried to like take credit for like and be like, oh well, this restaurant does this really well, and like you should do this and that, and like like trying to like guide her into what to order, but doing it in a really overbearing way, of being just like making.
Who is this?
Just some dude that was sitting next to us at.
Oh, sitting next to you and Amanda.
No, me and Pat. You need to not be on your phone when we're doing this. This is why like you are incapable of doing two things at once. And so
I'm actually capable of doing a lot of things at once. I'm not capable of speaking and texting at once.
No, you're not capable of listening and texting at once.
Yes.
You could spew whatever nonsensical bullshit out of your mouth if you want, but your brain has no idea what's going on. No, I mean, professionally, you're capable of handling multiple things at the same time, but multitasking is different, and like you can't text and do anything else. And so, anyway, Pat and I are at lunch. These people are next to us. They're really annoying. Anyway, so that's kind
Should
of
we
like how
kill
the
them?
guy was. I wanted to fucking kill him. Like
more or less than the Southwest guy.
That's totally different, but way less than that, dude. Because that's something that directly involves me. People that come up and ask me questions while I'm waiting to get on a plane involves me. It's like I have way less leeway for them. But like this, okay, so it was obvious that this guy was trying to impress this girl, and she was annoying in her own right. But she, at one point, they were talking about like just kind of food in the area, and he was kind of giving her some recommendations for restaurants and stuff. And he named a Mexican restaurant. They started talking about Mexican food for a little bit, and she goes, "Yeah, I just don't really like tacos." And like
End of date.
As a blanket statement right there, I'm just like, I don't
know you.
I don't really like you.
Yeah.
Like you start like any person that I meet or see.
What about you guys?
Yeah.
Tacos?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if a girl doesn't like tacos, like done, right?
If you like exactly, that's what I'm saying. And
That's
so,
weird. Not as weird
Exactly.
as a girl wiping herself with socks.
That was on a. I'll tell you about that story in a minute. Our listeners don't need to be subjected to that again. But basically, yeah. Anyway,
No,
so
give him the 30 seconds.
I'm gonna finish this story first. And so like she goes, well, it's not really a story, it's just annoying to me. But like she was like, I don't like tacos. And then this guy is so full of shit, and it made me fucking hate him even more. He looks at her and he goes, yeah, like they're not for everybody. And I'm like, fuck you, asshole. You're not for everybody. Like, you fucking mean tacos aren't for everybody. Tacos are for everybody, first of all. And second of all, tacos aren't a food. They're a shape. It's a fucking method of delivering food to your fucking stupid gullet, you asshole. I fucking hated this guy so much. Well, and he also started talking a little bit about music because he was like, yeah, like my friend went to Berkeley and like blah blah
I hate
blah.
people that say that.
Me too. I'm like, music school doesn't mean shit. You want to know who I don't hire for gigs is people that lead with I went to music school. And so it's like, I'm not saying that like going to music school is bad, but there's definitely a stigma. And just because you went to music school doesn't mean that that's going to translate to professional growth in the industry.
Totally.
People don't give a shit about you going to school in the music industry. Obviously, you learned a lot and it will be helpful for you, but the skills that you don't learn in music school are exactly the skills that you need to have a career in the
touring.
industry.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so it's like, there's nothing wrong with going to school, but this dude seemed, just because he knew a guy that went to Berkeley for fine arts, by the way, which is different from commercial arts and the pop music industry in general, it's like, he was like using that as like credibility to be like, well, I can kind of like speak into the music industry too. It's like, because I know about music and talking about music. He's like, yeah, my dad or like my granddad was a musician or whatever. And like, I played like a little bit of like classical guitar and whatever. And so like, he was trying to tell her like, yeah. And so like, this is just kind of like how you can make money in music or whatever. And I was like, dude, people who are in music don't even know how to make money in music. Like, you're so full of shit. And so it was just like every topic, every conversation topic was
jump
like
in?
that. No, oh no, I would have fucking
Just so you guys know,
ruined this guy.
It's a 50-50 if he would have just jumped in. Like
I can't. I hit my limit, dude.
Kyle
Like,
I could easily see him jump into another person's date at a restaurant, especially at a lunchtime date. If it was a dinner date, probably not, but a lunchtime
Yeah.
date, he might have just walked over and been like, honestly,
Nuh-uh.
I've been a touring guitarist for 10 years and everything this guy's saying to you is a bunch of bullshit, and just walk away.
well, because I've done shit like that before.
I know
and
you
so it's like, because like dude, if someone's, I mean, by the way, this person was sitting no less than 2 feet away from me. Like, they were right, our tables were like right fucking next to each other. And so I could hear everything they were talking about. And it was at the point to where I was just like, the fact that that guy already was just bullshitting his way around a couple of topics that I already knew a lot about. Every other topic he brought up for the rest of that meal, I just assumed that he was doing the same thing. And just, you're just full of shit. Like, you're just full of shit. Like, come on, dude. Like, she's not going to fuck you, clearly. Like, and I think it goes without saying, like, I'm not going to fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, so.
I don't know if it goes without saying.
Well, I'm saying it. So, and then this girl also said the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my
think
life.
this could be the girl. No, this could be the girl from Reddit.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
So just tell them really
All right,
quickly.
Hang on. I got one more detail about this. I got one more thing. And so, like, she also, right as I was getting up to leave, she said the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard anyone say in my life. Which before she said it, she started off with saying, like, because they were talking about, like, apparently she was like a transplant, like, not from LA. And so she was like,
Right, because she's from Texas.
no, she's from where fucking Nebraska, where do stupid people live? Like,
No, she's from the place. She's from Texas, which is the Reddit.
oh, the person. And so, anyway, she like just know that if you live in Nebraska and you're listening, I don't think that you're stupid.
I do.
But you should also know I fucking hate the entire middle of the
I
country.
hate those people.
The whole center of our country, I hate.
Except for Betty and David.
I blame you for Trump.
Did you know that two of my main characters from Next Story Above the Ground that you edited
Yeah, I know.
are from Nebraska?
Yeah, I know. I edited it. No, she said that she was like, she was like, I've never really had like a lot of friends, which like lots of people are like that. And I think as you grow into adulthood too, you realize you're like, oh, well, like
Fuck people.
The number of people that I would actually consider to be a friend is growing way
I
less.
honestly don't consider you a friend. I'm here for Ellis.
Yeah, we're years in. We're still trying to get to know each other at this point. And so
Ellis is his son, who's how old, 2?
he'll be 2 on Friday.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. So she was like talking about how she didn't really have a lot of friends. And then she was like, yeah, I don't really have a lot of friends or like people in my life. Well, that's not true. I have friends, but like not a lot of people I can call. I have a lot of best friends. And then it was at that point, I just kind of like leaned my head. I just went, nah, like you are not this fucking stupid. Like you are not this like.
There's what, 9 billion people in the world? There are people that stupid.
Well, how many people have like committed suicide for far less? How have you not killed yourself already?
Because
Like,
she's so
Jesus
stupid
Christ.
she doesn't know how to.
Jesus, and that sounds harsh, but that's what I think. It's like people like dumb people. It's like, how have you not fucking like valuable people that this world will miss have killed themselves? How the fuck have you not killed yourself yet, man? Come on, like
Because a famous Einstein quote. Problem with society is that the crazy people think they're sane, and the sane people think they're crazy.
exactly. Well, crazy people are full of confidence when smart people
Totally.
like reserve themselves. Like that's like an
100%.
extension of that whole ideal that he was
Right.
putting
So
out
now
there.
talking about smart people, why don't you give them a quick little rundown on this?
Again, I should disclaimer, I don't think anyone should kill themselves, but I hate this type of person. So a few weeks ago, I like to go on Reddit, and you look real bummed out right now. Just didn't know what you were getting into by coming into the
Because
podcast.
at least Wade's listened to some of the podcasts.
Yeah.
You haven't listened to any of them.
Yeah, sorry.
How much
I
do
don't-
you hate it right now?
Cool. It's like I'm here. So I like to go on Reddit a lot, and I like to find stories from these subreddits. And one of them is that I think is hilarious is relationship advice, and then the other one is "Am I the asshole?" The "Am I the asshole?" usually has some really good ones in there, and like someone will present a scenario and then basically be like, hey, here's what happened, here's what I did, here's what they did. You guys let me know, like, was I wrong or am I like normal? Anyway, relationship advice is pretty self-explanatory. This dude, I read that it was Kristen Yasuda's episode. Which is also not the person to have this on for this story.
Oh my god. This is the director of brand partnerships for bands in town. She was on the podcast with us, and he gives this story.
Kristen's cool as shit, by the way.
Yeah, she's
but she's
amazing.
also like pretty like shy and like a little, you know what I mean, like a little
But
reserved.
she loved
and, like,
it.
She thought it was funny. Anyway, so this dude was like, long story short, this dude ended up breaking, like he and his girlfriend broke up, but he was like. It ended up that he was like starting to miss all of his gym socks. And he's like, where are my gym socks going? And then come to find out she had been taking his gym socks and using them to wipe her ass because she was afraid of getting her hands dirty with toilet paper. So she would put the sock on her hand like a mitten and then just use that to wipe her ass. And then she would put them in a bag and hide them. And then he found them in the garbage whenever she threw them away. And then he just came back in and was like, what the fuck? And so this whole story is so ridiculous, but that's like the basic, like that's the premise of it. And so like you really, really side with this dude of just like, because he's just like,
Well, the best part
I
is
don't
at the
know what to
end
do.
when you think the sister comes to help move her out, right? Because she's moving out of their house. And you think, and the sister initially thinks that he had cheated on her.
yeah.
And then he was like, I can't deal with this charade anymore. Your fucking sister wipes her ass with my socks. And instead of the rational response, like, oh my God, like,
Instead of the little sister
she's
being like, oh,
how
shit.
dare you talk about that?
Yeah, so she was like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know anything about anything, whatever. She's like super defensive. And so you're led to believe through
That
this
both of
story
them do this.
that like that's like a family thing. Like, yeah. Dude, it was insane. And so,
That was
like,
so amazing.
it was fucking crazy.
Because she thinks it was more sanitary.
But why not gloves? Why not go buy a box of rubber gloves?
You know,
There was
Toilet paper.
you're trying to rationalize something that's so fucking off the charts insane that like there's no rational way to come up with like a, well, why wouldn't you just do this? The response is, why wouldn't you just use toilet fucking paper? Like, why don't you have
or
normal
the
parents?
other response is,
Like-
why the fuck didn't you have spare socks lying around?
You know, that's the thing. Yeah, that was my whole thing this whole time as I was reading the story. I'm just like, again, how fucking stupid are you? If you're going to steal your boyfriend's socks to wipe your own ass and then insist on doing the laundry so that he doesn't find out, which was like a huge thing, like, why don't you just go buy your
No,
if you
she
use
throws
socks,
out the socks.
she throws them away. And so he's like, so after like 2 months, he's like, where the fuck are all my gym socks? Like, yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
well, before he found him in the trash, he had noticed that he just didn't have any more fucking socks. He's like, where the hell are they? And because his girlfriend had been so adamant about her being the only one to ever do laundry because she wanted to hide this, he went to her. He was like, hey, I've offered to help a lot. You're pretty clear you only want to do the laundry. I'm fine with that. But like, do you know where all my socks are? And then she just fucking lost it. Like, yes, this thing was insane. So my whole question is like, if you're the type of person that does that, why the fuck don't you have enough awareness to just go buy your own secret stash of socks? Like, because this is not new. You clearly didn't start this.
Also, why were they in the trash in the house and not already in the dumpster as to where the boyfriend was bringing the bag
Yeah,
of
she put
trash?
them in like a Ziploc bag. Like, crazy.
Yeah, it's...
She's that much of a clean freak. Why is she putting things that go on somebody's feet on her hand? That's
Exactly. Yeah, this is a multifaceted problem. There's so many different angles that you can go and be like, what the fuck is this, and this? Like, what is going on?
It was just amazing.
I couldn't believe. So this probably took at least 10 to 15 minutes to just read this whole thing, because he had several updates, because people were like, dude, like a week would go by and then people would comment on the original post and be like, dude, what's going on? You need to let us know. Like, what the fuck is happening right now?
And she broke up with him not because he called her out on it, but because he posted it on Reddit.
She found out he put it on Reddit.
With her?
Yep.
Well, because he was like,
Going to work?
here's the thing. Here's what I think. Either this guy is in his own way really insecure, or this girl's a fucking smoke show. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to stick it out. I can't do better. You know what I mean?
Or they're both really ugly.
Or they're both. Yeah, there's no middle ground here. They're both total 10s or like 1s.
Obviously, if they
Yeah.
were middle ground and semi-confident, he would have dumped her
They'd just
easily.
be normal people. She also probably would be like, what the fuck, man? Like, it's so weird. So those are the kinds of stories I find on Reddit. I like to read those every couple of episodes. I like to read them every couple of episodes.
So there's... I think, I don't know what we're going to do with this. Maybe we'll just like Hail Mary and tell Joyce, hey, fuck it, put this one up next, because there's some timely stuff that I want to talk about.
Yep.
And both of those things being the new Avengers trailer
Yeah.
and the Joker trailer.
Oh,
Which one
yeah.
do you want to start with?
Let's the Joker one's a completely different subject. We've been talking about Marvel a ton, so let's just keep with Avengers and then we'll just move on to DC.
Cool. So did you see the most updated trailer yesterday?
Yes. People were saying that they were like there's a ton of spoilers in the trailer, which
I think that I give
By-
Marvel enough credit to know that
Exactly.
it's all
First of all, it's misdirection. First of all.
100%. Anyone that says that it's spoilers are those ones on the scale that we were just talking about with that girl.
Or, someone I saw someone comment on it. They were like, if you think this has spoilers, you haven't seen the previous 20 Marvel movies. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're totally right. You're a fucking crazy person. Well, but also, here's the, I have a philosophical issue with saying that a trailer has spoilers, because to me, from how I understand it, and in my opinion, based on the nature of a movie trailer, it's impossible for it to have a quote unquote spoiler, because the network, like the studio that's putting the movie out, is curating that trailer and giving you that information freely. So by nature, it can't be a spoiler, because they're on purpose telling you this is what we want you to know about
Right.
it. So it's not a spoiler.
Right.
A trailer, by that definition, can never have a spoiler in it, because a spoiler is something that you shouldn't have found out that ruins the movie before you go see it.
100%.
No trailer in the history of film trailers in the history of film has a spoiler in it, because it's information that the studio wants you to know about the movie.
Totally.
So a trailer can't contain spoilers.
I
really hate that people comment about it
I think
like
the
that.
main spoiler air
Yeah.
quotes that they're talking about is the fact that you see Pepper and Tony uniting. Right? I think that's
Well,
a
you
big,
also see Cap and Tony interact. You see Cap and Iron Man interacting.
right, which that one I don't think is spoiler, because
Me neither.
obviously, but
Because well, Tony didn't die in space. And I'm like, we don't know that. They could all fucking die in space. We have no idea what's going to happen.
well,
Like,
also like, you're a fucking moron if you thought Tony was going to die in space.
absolutely.
Like, first off, here's the biggest point. Let me just lay this out. Kevin Feige has said unequivocally that 90% of the footage that he said 100% of the older trailers.
Yes, from the
were
first 20 minutes of the movie.
He said the
Exactly.
new one is about 90% from the first 20
yeah,
minutes.
so he's giving us a little bit more.
So that would, if you think that Tony died in space, that would make me believe that you believe that Iron Man is only in the first 20
they're
minutes.
killing one of the main characters of the entire Marvel franchise in the first 20 minutes of their biggest release. Why would this fucking studio do
Right,
that?
so you're an idiot.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. I love the scene with Thor and Captain Marvel.
It's pretty dope.
It's pretty tight.
I love that she just like doesn't flinch whenever he calls
It's so great.
Stormbreaker.
Yeah, it's so
and
great. I really hope he gets Mjolnir back, though. And he hands Stormbreaker to Beta Ray Bill in the next movie.
There's no way he's gonna get Mjolnir back in Endgame. I think it's
why?
I think it's too big of a
Well,
plot line for the subject matter of this
sidetrack
movie.
real quick. Have you seen the YouTube channel How It Should Have Ended?
Yeah, we talked about it.
We can talk about it on the air. 100%.
Oh, not on the air, but yes, we've talked about it.
I just thought it was fucking hilarious. They were like, how Thor Ragnarok should have gone, and it was just basically right.
Oh no,
when,
we talked about it on one of the last movie episodes when we were on the couch.
no way.
Yeah, we did.
No way.
Well, you were also drunk and tired, and so, but yeah, the Ragnarok. It's basically like Hela just gets
Yeah.
killed. Like Doctor Strange
puts
just
her in a
drops her.
slip ring, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he like turns back time and puts Mjolnir back together.
Yep. So I definitely don't think that's gonna happen.
That'd be hilarious.
It's wishful thinking, but
Well,
I think
how
that,
do you think it's gonna work?
again, I still don't know, man. I think it's a fruitless endeavor to speculate at the plot points of this movie, just because Marvel's been so secretive and, they've been so secretive about it, and they've been putting out a lot of misdirection.
You know that scene in the preview where you see all the Avenger guys standing up, like looking at something, freaking out? Mm-hmm. I think it's because Banner turns into Professor Hulk. I think that's what they're saying.
That could be cool. That could be really cool.
Because I'm almost positive Professor Hulk comes out in this one.
That would be dope.
Do you guys know what that is?
Don't. Professor Hulk?
Yeah. So you know how like Hulk is like kind of like a mindless rage monster?
Yeah.
And then Bruce Banner's like the scientist. So Professor Hulk is when they basically like, is it for the last time? Is that kind of how it works? Like he can't go back. So basically
Pretty
they
much.
fuse the two together and the Hulk becomes highly intelligent, but he can never turn back to just being human.
It's kind of like in the old X-Men cartoons, like Beast. Like Beast is like a scientist, and he's Beast, but he's like a scientist who wears like fucking glasses. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of rumors that Hulk is coming out in this one as Professor Hulk, which would be sick.
That would be really, really cool.
I really hope Adam Warlock comes out.
That'd be dope.
That'd be super tight.
I want to see Ronan the Accuser more.
But he's dead.
What?
Yeah.
No, he didn't die at the end of Captain Marvel.
He died in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's right. I'm forgetting about like.
I mean, technically, he got absorbed by the Power Stone.
Yeah, but again, they underplayed his role so big,
Too much.
which is why I forgot that he was even in Guardians, and then obviously Captain Marvel is the most recent.
I rewatched it yesterday when I was sick. He's pretty gangster in it,
Yeah,
but he should have been a larger character arc.
should have been a bigger role, and they should have utilized him way more in Captain Marvel too, because the Accusers are unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, I think that the latest trailer of Endgame
Comes out in 24 days.
Yep.
I just want to watch it now.
Yeah, I know. I think that the new trailer of Endgame it's cool, but I still think it's just Marvel just being like, all right, well, we'll give you just a little bit more, but like,
I guarantee you half the scenes that they show you aren't even in the movie.
probably not.
Yeah.
Like,
You know, they painted in the trailer for Infinity War, guys. Did you know that Hulk is actually in the Battle of Wakanda?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see Infinity War?
Yeah.
Did you? No. How dare you? So you know the Battle of Wakanda where Hulk obviously isn't in it because he can't transform at the end of the movie.
Right, yeah.
In the trailer, Hulk is in it. They just like CGI'd him in for the trailer to misdirect everyone. Yeah.
totally.
So I mean, I think it's gonna be amazing.
I mean, you get one of the best lines of that whole end sequence of Infinity Wars whenever Banner's in Hulkbuster and he's fighting Black Dwarf and he's like, this thing already kicked the crap out of Hulk, man. Come on. And he's like talking shit and he's like in the suit. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. And then he gets his arms fucking ripped off.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Did you know that for the Eternals movie, it might be Angelina Jolie as the main character?
What?
Yeah. That's what I read.
Whoa. I'd be all right. I'd be all right with that. She's incredible.
She's incredible,
great.
yeah. Crazy, but incredible. All right, so let's move on to the Joker.
Yeah. So
New trailer, only trailer.
the only actual trailer, yeah,
came out today.
So DC's
Today
putting
being
out
April 3rd.
DC's putting out
2019.
a Joker origin story with Joaquin Phoenix as a Joker, and I think it's going to kind of fall in line with the Killing Joke comic series.
Yes, I agree.
Which kind of shows the Joker as just a person. And it's a little bit more of a drama. It's probably going to have some action in it based on the trailer and just based on what I know about the graphic novels. Like, I'm thinking that it's going to be more of a drama. and
It's definitely gonna be more of a drama.
less like an action movie and more of a drama, which I think is a really good move for DC because they've come out and said that they're no longer having a continuous timeline between their releases and they're no longer relating movies in a shared universe. And so,
Right.
yeah, because they're starting to focus on directors now and they're making the movies about the directors.
Right.
And so I think this is going to be the first DC release that we're seeing of, hey, we're just going to make this movie about the director, about the writing, about the acting. And I think that this is a really good first one to do that with because Killing Joke is an incredible story. Joaquin Phoenix,
How you
I
spell
think
Joaquin?
is W-O...
No.
I'm
It's
sorry,
J.
shit, I meant J. Just turn on the talk thing of your
Just tell
phone.
me.
and-
Tell me how to do it.
Joaquin.
That's
Phoenix?
definitely not it, but I'm working on it. Because he just posted something on his...
Just, dude, turn on the little microphone for the talk to text and just say Joaquin Phoenix and your phone will autocorrect it.
Joachim. I got it.
How spell it? You need to spell the correct spelling on the air now so that everyone can know.
It's no, I don't think these are right. Fuck.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I'm trying to do
This is
this.
stressing me
I'm
out.
so horrible.
Joaquin Phoenix. So my phone said walking Phoenix, like I'm walking to the store, but it's Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin.
Yeah,
Cool, got it.
Joaquin.
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 Well, because there's a quote from the trailer that I was trying to look up. Looks really fucking horrifying.
So yeah, I think it's to me, I think it's probably going to be more of a drama than an action movie, which I think is a good move because if there's one thing that DC has shown that they have dropped the ball on is depth of story and depth of character,
Right.
Because they have just been being like, oh, here's comic book characters and here's battles and like, blah, and I'm just like, these stories fucking suck. Like you're butchering these stories. So I think they're doing it right. I've got high hopes for it. I think Joaquin Phoenix is the right person for this.
This was a quote that made me feel like it's definitely in line with The Killing Joke.
Hmm.
Is I used to think that my life was a tragedy, but now I realize it's a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's like straight out of The Killing Joke.
1,000%. And I'm already seeing some consistencies with the comic because in the trailer you show no less than three times him getting the shit kicked out of him.
Right.
Like he just got fucking railed his whole life and his whole
And
adult life.
isn't
like,
he a clown in The Killing Joke?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
is,
yeah.
right?
Well, he was a comedian,
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah, or he was like a clown comedian. I mean, depending on like kind of which comic line you want to follow, but like basically, he was part of a group of people.
Well, if you watch The Killing Joke,
yes,
have you watched The Killing Joke? Oh, it's amazing
It's super
animated movie on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's sick. Called
It's
The
real
Killing
good.
Joke. Yeah, it's really, really good.
So I think it's going to be pretty similar. I mean, and
I hope so.
Even if it's not like super similar, like they're definitely pulling from that, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that's good source material. And I think that it's going to have good writing.
It looks
It looks good.
it looks like
good.
Dark Knight good.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think Joaquin Phoenix is the only choice for this. Like he's the
Yeah,
only.
no, I
you know
mean
what
he's
Like,
Heath Ledger, crazy,
Yep,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
But even if Heath Ledger were still alive, I don't know.
For a solo,
I don't know for a solo one if that
Yeah.
character of like that dynamic of how he portrayed the Joker. I don't know if that would hold up out of the context of having other supporting characters to provide perspective for why he's that fucking maniacal. I
totally.
think as a standalone story, Joaquin Phoenix is the perfect actor to like be like, hey, this whole movie is just about this character. You know what I mean? Like we need an actor that can embody that. I'm not saying that Heath Ledger is not someone who can do that. I mean, obviously, like rest in peace, but like I just think Joaquin Phoenix is the right choice,
yeah, no, I mean
hands down.
he looks
Like-
like horrifyingly evil.
Man, it looks good. Like I'm excited about it, and I hope it is a little bit more dramatic because then they're just telling the story, you know, and because like the Joker's violent, but it's like it's not something that you can stylize and make an action movie out of.
I
you
mean,
know?
really, your only guideline is dude wears paint, absolute anarchist. Figure out the rest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I think they're doing a good job of like letting you believe that they're going to go really heavy into his backstory, which is good.
I mean, it's
good.
great because they don't really. No one really does that.
DC's never fucking done that. DC does not. They like pretty habitually don't go into backstories of characters, which is why everyone had so many problems with all of their other releases. I mean, you talk about like Man of Steel, you talk about Dawn of Justice, you talk about Batman vs Superman, Justice League,
gotta make the
Suicide
Superman
Squad,
Chronicles, bro.
like all of those, they just botched. Now they did a good job with Wonder Woman. I think they did a pretty good job with
They did
Aquaman.
okay with Wonder Woman.
I liked Wonder Woman.
I watched it again, and I honestly think it's like a solid 8.
Yeah. I mean,
But like it felt like a 10 because everything else around it was so bad.
oh, it's the hot girl in a group of ugly girls.
yeah,
It absolutely is, for sure.
But like I think the Black
But when
Widow
you sing- but
standalone
when-
that's coming out
Oh,
is gonna
yeah.
be so
Oh,
much
yeah.
better.
You know, the cheerleader effect. Like Wonder Woman
Yes.
is the cheerleader effect. It's
Totally.
like they all look good when they're together, but then when you single them out, they start to not look so good. It's like, that's Wonder Woman.
Right.
However, liked Wonder Woman, though. Like, I think
You
I thought
like
it
Gal
was good.
Gadot.
Yeah.
That's what you like.
Well, no, I think she's objectively a great actor. Like,
Do
and-
you?
Yeah, because I mean I've seen her in a bunch of other stuff, but the thing that blows me away is that like all Israeli people have to serve in the military, and so
Yes.
just knowing that she did 2 years in the Israeli army, I'm just like, oh my god, that's fucking rad.
You know, she's a gangster.
Also, because of that, now all of the Amazon women on the island like apparently are Israeli because Gal's Israeli, but like none of the rest of them have a fucking accent. So it's like that's the only continuity thing I found. I'm just like, why does she have this accent? None of the
Right.
fucking rest of them do.
Right.
Like,
That's funny.
but
She wasn't able to get the accent away.
no, but that didn't take me out of the movie. I thought she did a great job.
I'm really excited for Disney Plus.
Yeah, we've been talking about that quite a bit
Yeah.
recently.
It's gonna be amazing.
When's the projected
Sometime this
release?
summer.
Just sometime summer.
Yeah, and they already have the Loki, Boba Fett, and Black and Scarlet Witch TV shows ready
Yeah,
to launch.
I'm really excited about the Boba Fett one. Like,
Yeah, Boba Fett's gonna be sick.
I love
You
that.
guys Star Wars guys?
A little bit, yeah.
You know who Boba Fett is? They're doing so do you know what Disney Plus is?
No.
So Disney's coming out with their own Netflix called Disney Plus. Yeah, and they're gonna have original content, and one of the shows that they're building is Boba Fett series. Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Pretty dope.
Oh, for Star Wars, it's supposed to be
I think
this summer, right?
Yeah.
May, right? I think that was the original time.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with it. I saw some updated renderings and it's like pictures and things like that, but I don't remember the release or like the open date. Amanda and I need to renew our Disney passes.
How much is that?
I mean, it's like I don't remember. I mean, there's different tiers. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
You can
Because
pay.
like buying it for a day is so horrible.
It's almost like $200 for
Yeah.
for a park hopper pass to go back and forth between California.
Yeah,
and
it's
Adventure
horrible.
Which
So,
is if you're gonna go and not do that, like fuck you, just don't go. Like go get the park hopper pass. Go to both.
I went to just one park when I went.
Well, but also I always say we always go multiple days. If you're just gonna go
Oh,
one
you go
day,
multiple days, you got park hopper.
Exactly what I'm saying.
I went
So-
one day.
Yeah. Okay. So so obviously you do Disney.
Yeah, we did. Disney. Yeah.
So you can pay anywhere from I think $30 or $40 a month up to 100 something or maybe almost
Really?
200, depending on like how many like blackout dates there are in the past, and like if it includes parking and like where you get discounts on shit and like perks and
wow.
stuff like that. So there's different tiers of a
You know they make
membership.
$3 billion a day in gross revenue.
A day?
Yeah,
There's
day.
no way that's right.
Yeah, it is.
Like Disney as an entity,
No, it's
or
like all
just
the parks.
just the park.
No, the one in Florida also.
Right. So like all the Disney parks.
Hmm.
That's an astronomical figure. There's no way that that's the daily figure.
How is it not? Think about it. Think about how much it costs, and then think about the fact that there's like probably 100,000 people.
Well, okay, let's say that each one of those people is paying $200 to go. Let's say 100,000 times 200. That's 20 million.
No,
That's way
you'd not do that right.
Way off the mark.
200 times 100,000.
Well, that's- Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
plus food. So probably it's probably 100 mil a day.
I think it's between I read an article last year. I think it's between 50 and 100 million dollars a day that they make.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, 3 billion is 1 billion is an astronomical number. Like that's an unfathomable figure. They're only a
I want
handful-
them to make that much.
Yeah. No, you don't want anyone to make that much. With that much influence over our culture and our daily lives, you don't want anyone to have that much money or power. I mean, people.
Amazon
people
already
do.
has that.
That's what I'm saying. People do, but I don't know.
But Disney is about to. I heard that they're gonna probably buy a streaming service, like a music one.
Which one do you think they're gonna buy?
Spotify.
Yeah, because like not Tidal and Apple Music would never sell to Disney.
Right. Well, I think because Apple just came out their own platform.
Right. Which,
So-
by the way, I'm still not an Apple Music user, man. I just can't do it.
But Apple has the TV now.
Yeah, no, I know they're making it worth it now.
J.J. Abrams, Steven Spielberg,
Exactly.
Oprah Winfrey.
They're making it worth it to switch to the platform, but I still just maybe because like I was with Spotify
I
from the
hate
beginning.
Spotify.
Like,
You know I hate Spotify. I hate
know.
it so much.
Well, from a corporate structure, it's awful. And,
Horrible.
No, I get it, but like as a user,
But also their colors, green and black.
I know what the fuck is that? Like,
Slytherin? They're
give me,
Slytherin.
like, come
Fuck
on, man.
them.
Like, give me some kind of like gray or like slate option, or it's like, why is it?
Green and black is literally Salazar Slytherin.
Yeah,
They can go suck a dick.
yeah. I do wish that you could change colors on it, like, or at least have like a day mode and a night mode or something like that. You know what I mean? Because like on Reddit, you can have a couple of different profile modes of like how you want the app to look, like the background. So like I do the night one all the time, so Reddit's just
Right.
because it's easier on your eyes.
They
but,
also
like,
just did that with the new desktop for Apple. You
yeah,
can change
I
it.
leave it in the night one
Same.
too. Yeah. Someone was like, you don't switch back and forth between you don't have it on the one where it goes day to night. And I'm like, no, it's like my computer. Like I want to look at my computer the way it is. I don't want to fucking change it. Like
People are so weird. So strange.
it's a cool feature though.
It is a cool feature.
It's a super cool feature.
What? There's a couple of other movies that I just saw previews for that I was like, oh my god. Oh, this movie called The Terminal. Have you seen this?
I don't think so.
Oh my god. So it's with your favorite actress, Margot, Maggie, Robbie,
Margot Robbie.
Margot.
You said Margot, and then you said Maggie. I was like, Maggie Gyllenhaal. I don't think she's anyone's favorite actress.
Oh my god. No. She was definitely the Joker's favorite target.
That's true. That's very true. The love interest of Harvey Dent.
Here.
Uh,
Tell me that does not look fucking sick.
I mean, it looks cool.
Wow, really? You're not into it as much as I am?
I think it looks cool. I just like every aspect of that trailer was like over stylized to like the colors, the art, the acting.
I think that's the
story,
stylistic
the
of the
premise.
movie.
Like, yeah, totally. Which like, I don't know.
You don't like it when they over stylize like that?
I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's a little pandering to just be like, hey, I don't know.
It's like a little futurism though.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's like, it's cool. I don't know. It just, to me, it just depends on how it's edited. Like, because if it's edited too quickly, it's going to take me out of it. Like, because I watched this movie or I couldn't even finish this movie on Netflix.
Which one?
Called Polar.
Oh, I didn't even start
Oh
it.
my God, it was fucking awful. It was edited
looked horrible.
so poorly. It wasn't great. So,
Don't watch Polar, everyone.
yeah, absolutely not. This is an anti-endorsement.
It's worse to watch than Glass.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's saying a lot. I'm still very upset about Glass. It's on the
Plex. Glass is on Plex now.
I know. Well, I see it on my Apple TV now too on the movie streaming. It's like one of the top ones. I'm just like, ugh. I hope you make your money back, man. But that was a fucking awful movie. It makes me sad because I loved Split. And I loved Unbreakable. You know where he fucked up. We've talked about this before. You can't compliment that guy too much, M. Night Shyamalan. Even though I love M. Night Shyamalan.
We talked about this.
Yeah, you can't compliment him too much because then he puts out a movie and then after putting out like a horrible movie and like going under the radar for fucking
He
ever.
needs to think that he sucks.
Exactly, because
And then the shit that comes out's amazing.
every movie that he puts out after a movie that he puts out that people hate is incredible.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, this one was so good. He's like, cool, I'll write another one. And then he puts out Glass and you're like, you ruined the story. You ruined the fucking story. Well, you have three independent characters that are related to one another in his universe, but then you only have two origin stories and then a culmination movie that combines all three of them. He should have done an origin for Glass and then peppered in Easter eggs to tie them together and then done a fourth movie of all of them and not made it so
Yes.
fucking lame.
100%.
Like, he got a little overzealous with just being like, okay, cool, Glass, I'm going to wrap it all up now. It's like, you've only
Yeah.
done 2/3 of this.
Yeah,
Like,
no, Glass should have been its own standalone story. But
Right.
also the story itself was really fucking pandering. I haven't seen it yet, but you didn't like it.
you still haven't watched Glass?
No, I won't because
well,
you
I
told me how
basically
bad it
ruined
was.
the movie
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
I basically shot for shot went through
But
the movie with you.
I would also have, like, without knowing anything in it, without seeing it, the way I would have run it, because I would have gotten it like Inception style, like corporations hired each of them to do a task.
Yeah.
Like how in Inception it's like based around corporations.
Yep.
It'd been so much tighter if a corporation had hired Glass to do something maniacal, and then another corporation hired Bruce Willis to be like, you need to stop him, and then the Beast was a wild card.
Yeah, I mean, there is like a global entity in Glass that you find out like is one of the reveals, like one of the twists at the end of the movie, but like it just wasn't done right. Like it wasn't set up right. I don't think, and there was almost too much character development and not enough story in the movie. And like you need a good balance. And so much of our gripe with DC is that there's just been only a poorly executed story and there's no character development. So there's no reason.
You have no care.
There's no reason we have to connect with anybody in this story that you're already not doing a great job of telling. And so it's like, but I think Glass went a little bit too far the other way. It's like we're only going to focus on the details and the history and where these characters are going and what they're doing. But then there's almost no story. There's like no real reason behind any of the things that they put out in the movie.
M. Night Shyamalan needs like a Kevin Feige or a Russo brothers.
Absolutely.
You put him in those rooms where someone's gonna level him up. The shit would be wild.
Exactly, because
he can't be the master and commander.
No, not at all.
He has to be one of the two.
Yeah, either executive producer or director, not both.
Yeah, and definitely not writer. In addition,
no, not at all.
If you let him write and let J.J. Abrams produce,
different ballgame. Very, very
crazy.
Different ballgame. Or even Christopher Nolan, because M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, because M. Night Shyamalan would be like, "Yo, we should do this," and Nolan would be like, "Shut the fuck up."
No, we're not. He'd be like, "Well, we can't explain that with science, and so it's not going in the movie."
Amazing.
No, but I think it looks cool. The movie looks cool. I like Margot Robbie. I think this would be cool. It looks cool. I mean, maybe if I see another trailer, I'll kind of like more. Be able to kind of key in, but I don't dislike movies like that, but it just seemed like every category was like maxed out.
I just liked it because
it felt a little overstimulating.
Because now I feel like there's too many movies that are just from pre-existing franchises, especially in the sci-fi realm.
There's nothing original
right
now.
But that's original.
Totally, it's
right,
cool.
which is why I instantly liked it more.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's refreshing.
It is refreshing
for sure.
Because there used to be so many. Great movies.
Yeah.
It's a great movie that got super underrated that's on Netflix that you need to watch? Overlord.
Oh, okay.
Really good J.J. Abrams.
All right.
Really, really good.
Oh, you've told me about it before.
Really good. Cool. Well, I mean, I gotta jet soon. Get the car home for Alexis.
Yep.
But this was good. How long do we ramble for today?
I don't know, maybe 40 minutes.
Oh wow, that's not bad. It's a good little middle episode.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, timer's at like 50 minutes right now.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
I'll maybe edit 3 minutes out of that.
Maybe you shouldn't edit any of it.
Yeah. Listen to me watch a trailer.
Amazing, but we might record one tomorrow.
Yeah,
we
maybe
might not.
But
if not, we might be doing a few in New York while you're on tour.
Yeah, things we got coming up. Definitely got.
We have
Ludlow.
Yeah, we have the Ludlow event coming up. I think we're gonna put this episode out next week because it has so much timely stuff.
Yeah.
So let's just kind of run through real quickly some of the amazing guests that we've recorded over the last month in preparation of your tour. So we have Ted Yishkin, who's the Global Vice President of Talent Marketing at Wasserman Sports Agency. We have Keith Albrisi, who's Noah Cyrus' tour manager, Miley's tour manager.
He's also worked with Guns N' Roses.
Like
all kinds of fucking
Whitney
people.
Houston currently is working with a girl named Caroline Jones, just straight savage. We brought on Matt Yamamoto, who is the Alice in Wonderland's tour manager and head of artist relations for Insomniac Events Live at the shows themselves.
Yep. We had Caitlin Herman, who was on the most recent season.
I love Caitlin.
She was on the most recent season of
Big
Big Brother.
Oh, so amazing.
Yeah, her episode hasn't released yet.
I don't think so.
Well then, if will this episode come out before hers?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
tomorrow comes out Austin Bessie's.
Oh, cool. Austin's is a great episode.
Austin's great. Then we have Ben Farber's at Warner Music Group.
Yep.
Then we have Chimney Coffee with
Nat. Yeah,
Nat.
we did that live at the Roasters.
Oh, that was so amazing.
Yeah. So back to Caitlin. Her episode will be coming out after this. She was on the most recent episode of Big Brother, and she's a certified life coach. All around Bamf.
Oh, total Bamf.
She's really short too, like unnaturally short.
Oh yes,
she's like real fucking short. And And then,
Who else?
yeah. Well, doesn't matter. Laundry list of people. Thank you guys for listening.
I just realized that we didn't get the video footage from Chimney edited yet, so I was just hitting up Pete on that.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So thanks for sticking around and listening, guys. We're about to have some more fun stuff coming up.
And then movie nights are going to be a little sparing for the next 5 weeks.
Yeah, I'll be on tour.
He'll be on tour. We
but
have everything up until...
we haven't done Avengers yet.
Right, so everything up until Avengers on the Marvel spaghetti list.
Yes.
So we'll try to get that done beforehand. If not, you'll get it first thing in May.
Yeah, so we'll still have regular line of releases over the next 2 months, but the movie nights are going to be spaced out a little bit more. But I think once we do Avengers, we're going to take a 1 week or like a 1 episode break from the movie night, and then I think we're going to do another shitty movie.
Yeah,
to
so
just
do shitty
like
movies.
just rip
Oh,
apart.
they're so fun.
And then we'll
Did we
get back.
pick one that we
to
really want to
Avengers.
do yet?
I don't know. Like, I keep going back and forth if we want to do something that's like modern and current, or if we just want to go classic fucking bad movie. You know, I think it's fun to rip apart shit that's like pretty current. You know, because we did Suicide Squad and just blasted
That was so
it.
fun. I mean, I'm honestly down to do Batman vs Superman. Or
I've got a lot of issues with Batman vs Superman, but I also liked it more than I liked Suicide Squad.
What about the Brandon, what's his face, Superman? Superman Returns.
Oh,
So bad.
they're just fucking awful.
Yeah, that one was really bad.
We'll figure it out. If you have any suggestions, drop us a line in comments. Reach out. We definitely would love to take them. And if there's anything fun, we'll throw it on the air.
Cool.
Yeah, stick with us. More fun stuff to come. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next episode.
Love you guys. Bye.